Good afternoon, everyone. Vicar Jesse here from Bethel Lutheran Church, here with a daily message of encouragement that comes from Scripture. This week in our walk through the Bible, we're joining Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane as he prays before he's betrayed, put on trial, tortured, and executed on a cross. Yesterday, we talked about Jesus' words, "Not as I will, but as you will." As Jesus prays for the cup to be taken away from him, but submits to God's will and plan. Today we're going to look at another part of this scripture, which comes from Matthew 26, starting at the 36th verse. Then Jesus went with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." And taking with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me." And going a little farther, he fell on his face and prayed, saying, "My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." And he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and he said to Peter, "So could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again, for the second time, he went away and prayed, "My Father, if this cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done." And again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. So leaving them again, he went away and prayed for the third time, saying the same words again. Then he came to the disciples and said to them, "Sleep and take your rest later on. See, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand." Today I want to look at Jesus' words at the very beginning of this scripture. He says, "Sit here while I go there and pray." He brings Peter, James, and John further into the garden with him, and he says, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me." We believe that Jesus is fully man and fully God. And being fully man, he knows how we feel. And we see that in this scripture as he says, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me." Jesus knows what's to come, his torture and death on a cross. And he's sorrowful, maybe even afraid. That's Jesus's human side. He doesn't want to be alone. He brings James and John and Peter with him to watch with him as he prays. Jesus is fully human. He feels what we feel. He knows how we feel. But Jesus was also 100% God. That's important. You see, Jesus needed to be fully human in order that he may die. But he also needed to be 100% God, so that sacrifice on the cross would cover the sin of all mankind over all time. We see Jesus' human side here. And we know we have a God we can relate to, who relates to us and knows our pain. But we also have a God who has the power to redeem us, no matter what our sin is. And that's a wonderful thing. Jesus, fully man, knowing us personally, and fully God, able to redeem us through his sacrifice on the cross. Hopefully you found some encouragement in these words, some comfort. If there's anything we can do for you at Bethel Lutheran Church, please feel free to reach out to us via email at office@blcdelmar.com. If there's anything I can do for you, you can reach me via email at wilson@blcdelmar.com. As always, God bless you. Have a wonderful day.